Okay, and also let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's start then. Hello team, good morning. Well, today our journey with Cypress starts. So we're going to start with a little bit about JavaScript. The sessions are divided in two parts, let's say. The first one, we're going to talk a little bit about JavaScript, introduction to the language, because it's something that we'll be using a lot for Cypress testing. And then we're going to go deep with Cypress. Well, that is everything about the summary of the course. Let me introduce myself to everyone. I'm Fernando Navarijo. I'm a senior software engineer working at PayPal right now. I'm a full stack developer for almost 6 years now. From all the areas that I have worked, I will say that the front end is the area that I like the most. But also I have worked with backend, DevOps, and also mobile development. Before starting the course, I would like to meet everyone. So let's do the following dynamic. I'm going to pick the first person. The first person is going to say the name, the area that is he or she is working right now, and also the area that they like the most, and they are going to point to the next person. The idea is that we can pass with everyone. So let's start with give me a sec. I'm looking for everyone. Let's start with Alfredo Ortiz.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Alfredo Ortiz. I am from Guatemala. I have been working in QA for 10 years. Actually, the most thing that I like about this is automation. That is something that I have been working for just 2 years by now. And
Awesome.
I don't know if I missed something.
No, we are okay. Now you can point to the next person that's going to introduce themselves.
Give me a chance. Let me see. What about Guillermo Abrego?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, my name is Guillermo Abrego. I'm from El Salvador. I'm just starting as a QA automation with Telus this coming January. And I've been a QA for 5 years now, 2 as a manual QA and then 3 as a QA automation with Selenium, REST Assured, everything related to Java frameworks. So yeah, I'm hoping we can get along and learn a lot.
Awesome. Thank you, Guillermo. Now you can choose the next person.
Sure, let's go with Irene Salcedo.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Irene Salcedo and I am working as a software QA tester and I have more than 4 years of experience as a manual QA tester. For now, I don't have experience in automation testing. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene.
I
You can
choose,
choose the next one.
I choose Christopher Shane.
Christopher, are you there? Well, I'm not sure if Christopher is having. Can you hear? Anyone can hear Christopher?
No.
No, we
No.
can't hear him.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay, we are going to jump to you right now, Christopher. Well, you fix your microphone, and let's go with Marcelo Diaz. So, Marcelo, can you hear us? No? Okay. Let's go with Christian Munda then.
Okay, good. My name is Christian Mundo. I'm from El Salvador. I've been working like 1 year with front end, but I like to expand my knowledge, so that's why I'm here. And yeah, that's what I like the most. And yeah, I choose Oswaldo for the next one.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Osvaldo Cáceres. I'm from Guatemala. And right now I'm working as an intern in TELUS International. And well, I'm interested in automation and cloud computing. Oh, and the
Awesome.
next one I choose is Nelson Miranda.
Hi everyone, I am Nelson Miranda. I'm from Guatemala. I'm working on TELUS International. I am a developer and I would like to expand my knowledge about test automation with this bootcamp. I don't know who else.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. I think we haven't go with future. Is that right? Future Pondak is the name?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Future. I'm from TELUS International Philippines. I'm an application developer. I just started last August 2021, and I'm really excited to expand my knowledge, especially in testing with Cypress. That's all. For the next one, I choose Argel Bolina.
Oh, hi guys. Good morning. My name is Argel. I'm an application developer under TELUS Cloud Project Services, TELUS International Philippines. Um, Same with Feature, we're on the same team. So I'm interested in expanding my knowledge as well when it comes to end-to-end testing and automation. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun.
Next would be Serge.
Hi everyone, I'm Serge from Dallas International Philippines and working as a QA engineer for 5 years now. Most of the testing activities that I perform is for manual testing only and no experience in automation testing. And that's why I like to learn automation. Excited to learn more about automation testing, especially on Cypress.
Awesome.
That's it. I think next one is Raymond.
Hi everyone. My name is Raymond Luna, and I'm also working as a software quality assurance in TELUS International Philippines, together with Serge as well. And I don't have automation experience, that's why I joined this one. And I think although the trend is to really go with automation, but I think that we can't really let go of manual still. But to have both skills, I think it will be advantage for anyone professionally. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I think we are missing a couple of people. Marcelo Diaz, can you speak now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm Marcelo. I work at TELUS International El Salvador. My experience has been mostly towards manual QA, but the last few years I've been working as a team leader. So I want to learn about automation and yeah, learn about it and take that path later on.
Awesome. That is awesome. Thank you. Are we missing someone else? Rumnik? I think we didn't go through yet.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Romnick Pataksil from Telos International Philippines. I'm a manual tester and doing some manual testing on home solutions. So I'd like to expand more on automation also, just to make sure that uh, manual and automation testing skills uh, have been acquired. And I think Christopher Shane is waiting on the room right now. Can you please let
Yeah, thank you.
Christopher?
Okay. Yeah, now we can
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hello, Christopher. Now we can hear you.
can you hear me now? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think you're the last one, so can you introduce yourself, please?
Alright. So yeah, I'm Christopher Shane Junichel. Just call me Shane for short. That's my nickname. And I'm working at Talos International as a software QA specialist. And I've been working for almost 9 years in as a QA. And yeah, I mean, almost on the 9 years of my experience is on manual QA, and I don't have any experience yet with automation. So I am really interested with this course, for me to learn mostly all about the automation. I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
Are we missing someone else? I think no, right? Okay, thank you, everyone. I really like the idea, well, that everyone wants to learn. So I hope that in this journey we learn a lot. So, okay, let's get us started. So let's talk a little bit about the agenda of today. We're going to talk about a little bit about JavaScript, about the history of JavaScript, and then we're going to move on to some the application of JavaScript. We are going to do some little practices and exercises so we can get into the language. During the session, we're going to get more deep with some features about JavaScript, data types, and later we're going to move to more advanced stuff. So let's start slow today. Now, before we can start, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Let me share this on. Let me share this on the chat. I'm going to take 5 minutes. I want to check how is your JavaScript knowledge for everyone. So give me a sec. Okay, so I'm going to please try to access this form, and if anyone has problems, please let me know. The idea is that you can check that we can check how are your JavaScript skills right now, and we're going to try later. So can anyone access the form?
Yeah, I can.
Yep, we can exit.
Okay, so let's give it 5 minutes while everyone fill the form, please, and then we can continue. I'm going to Please, the people that finished the form, could you raise your hand so we can know who had finished, please? Thank you, Guillermo. Okay, 1 minute left. How's everyone going? Okay, so we have 4 responses. I'm going to give you 1 more minute so everyone can finish.
Fernando.
Yes.
Yeah. While waiting, I just wanted to know, do we get to have a copy of this recording, just
I
for
think
reference?
yes. I can talk with Yolanda and just to check that we have. Give me a sec.
Okay.
But I
All right.
think that you. Okay, 5 responses. How's everyone going? Are you having any issues? Okay, yeah, you have access to the recording. So probably after the session, Yolanda will share with you the recording. Yeah, but everyone has access to the recording.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Okay, 7 responses. 8. Almost done. Okay. No responses. At 10. Okay, if anyone will be joining later and I don't notice that they're trying to join the room, please let me know because probably I'm going to miss some people. So if you know that there is someone waiting, let me know and I can add them to the session. Okay, well, for the people that are missing, try to finish the form in the minute that is that we have right now, and then we're going to start with the session. If not, we are not going to have time to check the content. So 1 more minute and we'll start. Well, okay, I think we can start. I think 2-3 people are missing, so that's fine. If well, I mean, people, if you are missing, please finish the form so we can check that in the future. Interesting. Okay, let's start then, team. Let's talk a little bit about JavaScript, and we're going to start with a little of the history. Well, we need to know a little bit from where JavaScript started. Well, it was introduced in 1995 by Pendron Ake, and the funny part is that the language was created in 10 days. This was for the Netscape Navigator. There is a funny thing that happened with JavaScript. I was reading an article that said that a lot of the things that were being done, well, that were done from the beginning were not as good as we would like to have it, right? So, and why was the reason behind that? Is because it was created in 10 days. The people started to adopt the language very fast outside Netscape. And at some point of time, Brendan said, okay, I want to refactor the code, but people were already using it. And that's the reason why some of the things that didn't start good with JavaScript were appearing in different versions of the language, until we're going to see later, some people decide, no, okay, we need to make JavaScript great. And well, they are working towards that, but that is a funny story about that. Some of the bugs and some of the bad implementation of JavaScript were done because of that, the 10 days creation of it. The first name of the language was Mocha. And the idea was that it was going to be a glue language for the Java client-side implementation to make it more interactive. Because at that time, Netscape developers wanted to use Java to make the web page interactive using applets, and they were going to use JavaScript. And the table was Mocha. Then a couple months later was renamed as LiveScript, and then was renamed again as JavaScript, being JavaScript the last name that they put it to the language. Now, some people say that JavaScript is called JavaScript because at that time Java was really famous, so they people say that because of marketing strategies, that's the reason why they decided to go with JavaScript, but it's not true at all. It was also because the usage they wanted to do, and it was to be a good language between the Java applets and the JavaScript. Sorry, and the browser. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, that was as I was telling you. JavaScript started being adapted outside of Netscape, and they needed a way to tell everyone, okay, if you're using JavaScript, you're using it the right way. So here's where the standardization of JavaScript starts. And the standard was named ECMA 262. This standard is hosted by ECMA International. At that time was known as the European Computer Manufacturer Association. And the language that is described by them is ECMAScript. Now, probably you're wondering, okay, but if they are standardizing ECMAScript, what is JavaScript doing there? Okay, so the thing is that when they created the standard, the Sun, well, at that time Sun, now known as Oracle, had the trademark for JavaScript. So they couldn't use the name, and that's the reason why they go with ECMAScript. But well, ECMAScript, the term ECMA comes from the name of the association, and every time you hear ECMAScript is equal to JavaScript. That's all. It's only the name that is used in the standard. Now, about the story and the evolution of the ECMAScript versions, the first standard started in 1997 with the ECMAScript version 1. This was 2 years later after JavaScript was first implemented. And well, it was the first time that the standard was introduced. Then we have here in this section, this is the version ECMAScript version 2. I didn't put it here because I didn't pass anything interesting here. So it was only minor updated to standardize more the language. Then we jumped to 1999, where the core features were introduced. We have regular expressions, better string handling, and some statements like do, while, and switch. I would say that this is one of the first part of the evolution of JavaScript, because well, we have core features here. Then a big time passes from 1999 to 2008, and we have a big X here because this release was not being done. So everyone, can you take a guess why is that this version was not released? Everyone that want to guess what happened here?
Fernando, sorry, are you sharing your screen?
Yeah.
No, we can see it.
Yeah. Oh, does anyone? Oh, sorry.
I can see it.
I
can
can
see
see
it.
it.
Also,
Yeah.
me too.
Ah, okay. Okay. Sorry, probably was something about intro. Okay. Can you see it now, Nelson?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So everyone want to take a guess why this was not released? No. Okay. Well, the thing that happened is that this was a really ambitious release. There was a lot of things that were introduced, like type checking, a lot of different syntax. We will know later that is called sugar syntax. Some, let's say, wrappers that were added over some existing functionality. So this version was too ambitious to do that, and they decided to drop the development of this, and because there is also a rule called don't break the web. Everything probably during this time is the time where they decided to do that. Every new feature that is introduced in JavaScript, we have to be sure that won't break anything that is existing right now. So And that's the reason why ECMAScript 4 was not introduced. Instead, we jumped to 2009, and there was a minor improvement in the ECMAScript version 5, and they added the strict mode. The strict mode is only, let's say, a configuration to JavaScript where you can, for example, you can assign variables that are not initialized. They wanted to do a more formal language. So these minor improvements here were, well, minor. And then we took a big jump to the 2015 ECMAScript version 6. I remember starting in JavaScript when this started, and it was a big boom because this version of ECMAScript added a lot of things that were think for the version 4, but in the version 6, they didn't break any. So examples of things, they introduced the famous constant let. They also introduced promises. They also introduced string literals. Well, a lot of things happened during this version of ECMAScript. And also it was important, we're going to see later, because this was the first version where the TC39 process was applied. And starting from this version, every year we have a new ECMAScript version. So right now we are at the ECMAScript version 12, that is the ECMAScript 2021. And well, we have from the 2015, we have had a new version every year. Now, what is TC39? You're going to see a lot of mention of this name if you try to check ECMA International, and because the TC39 is the technical committee number 39. And what is this? Is a group of JavaScript developers, implementers, academics, and more collaborating with the community to evolve the definition of JavaScript. This is the definition that you can find in the page from them. The group of people is a lot of people coming from Google, Adobe, Apple. They have meetings every 2 months where they discuss the current implementations of the language, some future features that the language could have. Also, they check how is the progress going with the ongoing configuration and the current specification. What are the mission, or what is that what does this group do is that they maintain and update the standard for the ECMAScript programming language because of these meetings that I will tell you every 2 months. They develop the test suites that may be used to verify correct implementation of these standards. This is because we can't break the web. So they make sure every feature that is implemented is ready and won't break the current specification. And also they evaluate and consider proposal for complementary or additional technologies. As I was telling you, there are new ideas they want to introduce to the language. So there is a pretty good process that makes sure that these ideas make it to the final release. Now, what happened before the ECMAScript version 6? There were 2 major issues. One, the features were designed too long before the actual implementation. So the thing that happened is that the features were designed, and when the current developers were implementing the idea, they saw that there were issues related to it. Well, were discovered very late. That was the first major issue, and the second one is that they needed to wait a lot of time during the releases. So let's say that if a new release was done a couple months ago, and a feature was ready now, they have to wait a lot of time until the new release, because if you remember the timeline, there were like big jumps between releases. So they wanted to fight this, and that's the reason why they decided to go with yearly releases. Now, how is the process? Well, the process starts with a straw man. This is the initial idea for additional change of existing features. These ideas are proposed by the same people, champions. They call themselves the champions. That are the people that is in the committee of this process, and also that there are some people, sorry, I forgot the word, some collaborators, contributors, some authorized contributors that can also propose ideas. So every new feature starts with an initial idea, then the ideas are picked by the champions, the people inside. If the proposal is made by them, then they pick the proposal. If not, they help the people that the contributor that submit the idea. Then this idea become a proposal, is a formal definition, sorry, a formal proposal that explains the reason why we need this change. So we don't introduce like a lot of unnecessary changes. Then this proposal become a draft. Here we more into the technical level. Is more about the description of the syntax and the semantics and the API. And then this draft become the candidate. We could say here is the prototype that is used, and the proposal is almost ready. Here start a loop where the implementators receive feedback, and they refine the feature, and they start this loop until the feature is, well, the proposal is ready and is ready to be added in the next ECMAScript version. Now, for the experimental features, because that is something, that is the name that you will see this also when you're working with JavaScript, you don't need to wait until the very release of the ECMAScript version, the next ECMAScript version. You can use the experimental flags. It could be for the browser. It can also be for Node. We're going to see what is Node. And you can use that features. So you don't really need to wait all the time every year to use new features. And well, and when the proposal is ready and the standard is ready, then all the agents that use JavaScript then have to update to support this new standard. That's why you see new releases of Chrome, Firefox, and even Node.js. And well, that's, well, a lot of the history of JavaScript is, we needed to pass through the history too, so you can know what terms are we using here, how is that the language evolved. Does anyone have any question regarding the history? No?
No.
Okay,
And
awesome.
so far.
Okay, so let's move to the thing that are important to us, where JavaScript can be used. Well, JavaScript can be used in frontend and in backend. Primarily, it was used in the frontend. As you remember, for Netscape was using for the Chrome side, from the browser side. And years later, there was introduced something called Node.js, so you can be able to use JavaScript in the backend. In the frontend, we can use whatever browser we want. I want to do a quick example here, so everyone can know, and we can check that JavaScript is running on the browser. So if you can go to your browser, let's open a browser here. Oh, sorry. Okay, and if you're using Chrome, I'm using Brave, but it's a wrapper over Chromium, so it's Chrome. If you can go to Chrome or Firefox, you can inspect the element that you're using. You can just you can do this with clicking right click, inspect, or you can also press Ctrl+Shift+C, and this is going to open the developers tool. This is developer tool. We're going to be using a lot this later on the automatization part. And if you press escape, you are going to see this console that is opening over here. If you press escape, or also you can go here in the part that says console. Now, I can run JavaScript from here. I can say world, and I'm using JavaScript here. The same happened with Firefox. I can inspect the element here. Sorry, this is in Spanish. I don't know why, but here you can see something that it will be called console. And again, if you try console log, you write console log, you're going to see that is printing on the console. You can even program here. You can say something like hello. And if we execute this, we're going to see that it's printing. Okay, so you can see JavaScript is running on our browsers right now, and that's the reason why well, we can create interactive pages. Then we have Node.js. Node.js is the wrapper that was created to run JavaScript on the server side. Now, what is Node.js? It's an open source cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment that executes JavaScript outside of the browser. The description is really long, but literally the only thing that matters here is that it can run JavaScript on the server. It uses the V8 engine that is also used by Chrome to run JavaScript from the server side. And there is an important thing that we have to keep in mind. We could write JavaScript for the browser. We can copy paste it into a server file. We can run that file in the server side, and probably it's going to work. And we could do the same from the server to the Chrome, to the browser. Now, it's important to know that there are certain things that we can access from the server side and other things that we can access from the browser side. As an example, the window object. Window object is something that is exposed on our browser that, well, can let us access certain things like location that host. Right, is new tab because an empty page. Window application from that host. Right. So here you can see we can access certain things from the browser. If we use this on the server side, it's not going to work. The same happened with some Node.js libraries, like the file system. We can access the file system in the browser. That's the reason we need to keep in mind that not every software we write can be imported to the browser and to the server. Okay, let's get our hands to work. We're going to set up our Node.js environment. Before we go with this walkthrough, I want to mention you something. To set up Node is really easy. You go to the Node.js page, we download the installer, we go to the next steps, and we are going to have a Node install. Now, there is this tool called NVM, that is Node Version Manager. The Node Version Manager lets you handle and, well, admin your Node versions installed in your system. What I will say that this is really useful is because Node is in constant evolution. So probably you have today the version 16, and tomorrow the 17 is being released. Because sometimes we need to be synchronized with these versions. It's hard to maintain like the different versions being updated, because you need to download the installer, install it again, and what happens if you need to use an old version? You need to download the old version, and well, you know, the process is not too long, but it can be a little hard. It's tiring. So with NVM, we can change the version really easy. I'm going to show you. We are not going to use NVM for this because it can lead to, well, no issues, but it's easier to understand better only having one version right now. But with NVM, you can say, okay, these are the versions that I have installed, and if I say the version that I can install, I can do this. And if I want to install this version, I can do npm install, and I'm going to I can do this. Okay, and there is the download of the version. And well, the version will be installed and it's ready to use. Now, again, we're not going to use this right now. We are going to stick to the Node.js, but if you have questions about how it's been installed, I'm going to share this. You can download the installer from here. I'm going to put it here if you want to take a look at this. Okay, but right now, let's go with this one. I'm going to share this with you also. So let's do a little walkthrough here because we need to have notes for some of the exercise we're going to do later. So if you're using Windows, you can click here on Windows and the version will be downloaded. Here you can see that is downloading the LTS. The LTS is the stable version. I will recommend that you could use this one because it's the one that have more support during years. In this case, the 16 version will have support during 2 years, and then the 18, from the time it is released until two years later, will still have support. These the current versions. It has a support of 6 months, if I don't remember wrong. So I will recommend always go with the LTS. So okay, download the installer, and if you are ready with that, the installer is really straightforward. Okay, so so you can click on next. I accept the terms and conditions agreement. You can select where you're going to install it. You can do a custom setup here, but it's not necessary. You can click on next, and here, well, native modules, because right now there is something called WebAssembly, and well, we can use C and C++ to compile some of the features in JavaScript. Now it's required to use it, but it's not something that we really should care right now. And let me see. Okay, so here you can click on install, and when you start installing it, well, the process will go, and when we are ready, we can check it. Please try to install it right now because we are going to use it. I won't click here because I already have nodes enabled, but I would like everyone to have it. So again, I'm going to give you, let's say, other 5 minutes so you can install the installer. Please raise your hand, everyone that have, if you already have Node and if you're installing after you finish, so we can continue with the class. So please install Node.js right now. And if you have any question, please let me know so we can check what is happening there.
Fernando. So we're gonna be installing it, but I think we need to get the permission from the IT. So he's working on it right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, that is a good point. Okay. Well, in that case, let me think. Okay, okay. I'm going to search for a playground for Node.js so you can next there. And well, you can continue with the class. Give me a second. But okay, is the same issue for everyone? Probably yes, right?
No, I think the IT will be allowing the install. He's gonna be the thing is that they have to do it on their end, not us. For me and Serge, at least.
Yep.
Oh,
Can we have the list of applications that we need to install so that we can enlist it, and then if there are other tools that we need. So right now, I think we'll just listen and we'll revisit the recording if the IT guys won't be able to install it. Just to have a heads up of the other tools that we need.
okay. So let me share this with you. We're going to use Node.js, Visual Studio Code as the text editor. We could use Atom or Sublime Text, but I would recommend go with Visual Studio Code for everyone be on the same page. CMD, that is this column here. We could use CMD or PowerShell, but it's easier to use CMD. And yeah, there are the software that we need right now. Okay, so let me. I think I can. Let me. I think we can have a sandbox where we could run Node.js. Let's see. If not, we can continue with the recording. Just give me a second. There was something. I think this is the one.
Sorry, Fernando. So for the ones who don't have any issues installing, we're just gonna install those 3 apps, right?
Yes, yes. If you don't have any issues, please go ahead installing these ones. We could use today PowerShell CMD to run the commands, but for the next class, probably it would be good if you could install CMD. So it's only to have a better interface working with the console. For the people that can't run or install Node.js, I shared a link there in the chat. This is code sandbox of mine where we could execute Node.js code, well, JavaScript code running on Node.js. So we can follow the examples there if you want, for the people that couldn't install the Node.js. And for the people that could do it, I think we can proceed. We can to check that we install correctly Node, we can run node-p, and you're going to see the version installed. Probably you're going to have the same as me, or something with the 16 version. And also, if you run npm-b, you're going to see this version here. Now, what is npm? Is something called Node Package Manager. We're going to see more about this later, but it's important for you to have installed. That is the way to check if Node is installed. If anyone is having issues, please let me know. If not, we can continue. Here we can check the Node version. And we are going to do a quick example right now. We're going to start with the Node.js version of the example. We are going to do a simple console log hello world here. So please open your text editor. I would say go with Visual Studio Code. For the people that couldn't install Node, you can access the playground that is shared in the chat. And we can try to do the following. We're going to say, let me create no, something. Simple file here. Something important. And this we are going to see it on the session of the Friday. But every time you create a new module and you want to access that module is when we create this folder, let's say, and we set the name as index.js. This is the entry point, let's say. So every time you import a file, every time you import the folder, the file that will be imported as a default is the one that is called index.js. So you can import, let's say, something like this is something for future class, but I want to say it right now. No example, say from no example. If I do this import, I'm going to get the contents of index.js. Now, if I added another file that is called car.js, if I want to import the car.js code, I have to do the following. So the thing that happened is for the index.js is imported automatically. We don't have to do anything. It's useful for certain things. I'm going to show you later how to structure your code with this. But I only want to give you this. Okay, so the easy example is let's write console log world. So please, everyone that have well, everyone can do this right now. So please write this into your, well, I don't know if the font is put there. Let me increase the font. Okay. And when you have the file ready, with your console, you need to get to that file. And from there, whenever when you get to the path where you store the file, you can run node index.js. If you run this, you're going to see this hello world here. And for the people that are using the sandbox, probably you already understand how to do it, but you can do the following here. Console log world, and if we execute here, we can see that here we are executing the version 17. But yeah, this is a playground if you want to check certain features for Node.js. Okay. Did you have any issues doing this? Were everyone able to run the example? Yeah. Okay, please, if you have any doubt or you have issues, please let me know so we can work on that. Okay, so this is the quick example of Node.js. It's really, really basic. We are going to see some crazy things later using Cypress and well, also the API of JavaScript. Now let's continue with something that it will be more not complicated, but it has more it has more code to write. We're going to do a hello world, but from the browser side, and we're going to start with something that is called inline script. Now, the same idea that I told you about the index.js applies to the index.html. If you try to access, let's say if I create a web server and I start serving these files, if I set something called index.html and I try to access my server, I'm going to get first this file, index.html. If the name was, again, card.html, probably I have to do something like http myserver.com/card. Right? If I'm using the index.html, I'm going to use this because I'm an index. It's something that it can be useful for you later. Okay, so let's start with the index HTML. Visual Studio Code have some really good auto-completion things, and they use something called Emmet. Emmet is, let's say, a group of abbreviations that we could use to speed up our development. So in this example, I can write only HTML. This dropdown is going to be shown, and I click on HTML5, and it's going to create me the basic structure for an HTML page. You can use the same for divs, for example, and you can do crazy things like, let's say I want to have, I want to define the structure of the page from the beginning. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to set a span, and then inner this. Oh, sorry, I want to go upwards, and here I'm going to add another div. And you can see it created the div, another div, the H1, the span, another div. So it's really interesting if you're into the front-end development. This is a really cool thing. Also, well, Emmet only works, if I don't remember wrong, only for the front-end things. Let's say when you are creating a basic structure, also work with CSS. For JavaScript, we have snippets. We're going to see that later, but let's stick with the important thing right now. I'm going to create a script. This is the inline script. Is a best practice only to put the script at the bottom of the body, so you can load the HTML before, and the script will be loaded after, so you don't block the rendering of the page. Now, here I want to say, hey, I want to, here, I think for the people that couldn't install Node.js and need to ask for permissions, do you have a text editor?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so probably we can do that with the text editor, because we can use the browser to open this file. So okay, try to do the following. Okay, if you don't have Visual Studio Code, the basic thing that we could do is, this is the basic structure of a HTML page. So you don't have to write everything about this. Okay, this script is going to be executed when I open the page. So let me, a sec. Script, and I'm going to open this with Brave. Okay, you are not going to see anything, but if you right click and go to inspect, you're going to see the console log here. This is the help team that we set up here. This is the same that is here. Also, you can do the following. If you don't like the blank screen, say add a H1 and say help team. If I refresh, you're going to see the help team here and also the help team here in the console. Yeah. Is everyone until this point? Any doubts? Any questions? No? Okay. Now, let's do the same example, but using something called import. Well, we're going to import a script, right? Again, we're going to create the index.html. And also right now, if I'm going too fast, please let me know. Sometimes I feel talk too fast. Let's create also a file called index.js. Let me close this and this one. Okay, so here we're going to do the same. HTML5 is going to create the structure, and instead of using the script, this one, we are going to use the script that import the a file. We're going to import the index.js that we created here. So if we click script source, we're using the Emmet, that is the same script tag, only adding the source placeholder, the property here, and we can import the file that we have to use. So in this case, if I use this one, and I'd say from the console log hello work. I work on import file, and I try to open this from my browser. Hello world from imported file. Right now, question of example. Well, I'm not going to do an example, but what advantages do you see of using a script tag that imports an external file? What do you think we can achieve with this?
Reusability, probably. So if you need to make changes to your script, you don't have to go to every HTML file. Instead, just go to the JavaScript file and make those changes.
Exactly. And this is not part of the course, but I would like to mention it. With JavaScript, there is something called bundlers. There is a tool that we can generate only a single JavaScript file with all the logic of the application, and we can use that to import that file here. So the file is generated with all the optimizations that we could add. Let's say minification, we can uglify the code, and well, everything we need to run it fast. And using this script tag is the way that we can use to import that file. And it reduces, as you say, the burden of having to edit the index HTML. Imagine having an index HTML with 1,000 lines of code. It will be hard to maintain it, so we can achieve the reusability and the maintainability of our code. So good observation. Thank you. It was Guillermo, right? Yeah,
yes.
It was Guillermo. Okay, thank you, Guillermo. And that is the simple example that we can achieve with this. Now, we're going, let me see how time. Yeah, I want to show you some of the cool things we can do with JavaScript. So say that later we're going to create a button. Well, when we are doing some actual implementation from Cypress, and I'm going to say click, right? And I will say, okay, on click, I want to say hi. And for my index, I could create click. I will say hello. Okay, and I'm using the function here. If I go to here, and I click me. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure if I can do this right now. Function click. No, probably I need to do. Yeah, probably. Huh. Okay, interesting. I'm not really sure. Sorry, I'm saying please here, but this guy. There, hello from web. Here is where all the magic with JavaScript starts. We can make our page interactive. You can add classes to elements. You can make requests. In this case, let's say that this was a form button. You can fill a form, click on this and submit your data to the server. Here is where JavaScript starts doing magic. And also it's out of the scope, but there is frameworks that help you with that. Vue, React, Angular, all of that. Okay, so do you have any questions over here? Something that didn't work for you? No? Okay. Let's go to the practice. Well, anyone has some questions? If not, we can do some exercises. Okay, we are going good with time. Sorry if you think I'm going too fast, please let me know. Sometimes I speak a lot fast. We are going to do the following example. We are going to print the following string, the hello world that my name is and your name, using the 3 examples that we just do. One using the inline script, other using the external file to import the script, and other one using the Node.js script. Yeah, so let's start with this one, let's say. I'm going to give you 15 minutes if you want. But if you're finishing early, let me know. We can check. The idea is that after everyone finish, we're going to pick 2 people and they're going to show us the thing that they did. So yeah, any question about this?
I do have a question. Could you show again what was the command from the terminal to launch a JavaScript file?
Okay, you can run node index.js. Oh, well, the name of the file. With this, you're going to run the script. Let me paste it on the chat. There.
Okay, thank you.
So, okay, so I'm going to put timer right now. I'm going to give it 15 minutes, please. If you finish early, let me know. Probably we can have time back for us. But the start is running. The timer is running. Any doubt, any question, please let me know. I'm here. So go ahead and good luck. Okay, Tim. Were everyone able to finish the exercise?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Okay. Anyone that needs more time? Anyone that have a question? Okay. So it's showtime. I'm going to pick two people. I would like to see how they did the example. So let's go with. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let's go with Enio de Leon, and we are going to go with Shane. So if you want, let's start with Enio.
Oh, sorry, Fernando. I did not finish the work because I'm currently installing the
Ah,
application.
Okay.
Need permission.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, well, let's pick then another one, and probably you're going to pass next season, next session, so you can show what did you do. So okay, thank you, Shane. Let's go then with do you want to go here?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so let's Enio, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So could you show us? Mhm.
Just keep installing the tools here.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
A slow connection today.
Okay, okay, no worries. Okay, let's start then with Guillermo, and then let's pick someone else that was able to finish.
Of course. Let me share my screen then.
Okay. Do you have permission to share?
Not. It says host disabled, participant screen sharing.
Okay. Now can you share?
Yes, I can
Yeah.
now.
Okay, please go ahead.
Let's see. All right, let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen now.
Okay. So let's start by the node example. I did a simple implementation. It's just declaring the variable my name equals to Guillermo Abrego, and then a console log concatenating both strings. Hello world, my name is, plus the value of that variable. So when I execute that one, this is what it prints.
Awesome. Yeah, nice, nice. Thank you.
All right, and then with the inline, I have a similar approach. It's the HTML file with the embedded script, same implementation, variable, printing the string and concatenating the value of that variable. So when I open this file in my browser,
Awesome.
I get
Nice.
this.
Nice.
And
nice.
then this one is already open. Let me close it. And that's the import script. It prints the same string. The approach was very similar, but instead of embedding the script, I import from an external file, which is this one.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome, Guillermo. Yeah, yeah, I really like the approach. We're going to see later variable declarations probably in the next session. So, so everyone, this is the way we declare variables using the let. We can also use const and var, but with var, something interesting happened. So we're going to see that in the next session. So yeah, thank you a lot, Guillermo. This was a really, really good presentation. Thank you. Who want to go next? Who has the environment setups and want to show the examples? Okay, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Me, can I go?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
I show?
please. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Give me a chance to share my screen. I think you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Okay, I will be reload. First, I made this one in the for the
awesome.
HTML file first. First, for the file in separate file, I just import the index.js that I made first. So and then for the in the same file, I write I make an alert to should display my name. So when I open the file, you can see there is the alert. My name is Alfredo J. Ortiz. I give OK, and then the content of the page is the one that is in the file separate from the HTML file. So there is my name is Alfredo Jose Ortiz Garcia. That is my full name. And in command line, Node.js index.js, that is the same file. Oh.
Yeah, here's the thing that we were talking about. Because documents don't exist in the server side, you can access them. That's the reason why it's failing for you in that line.
Just I forgot that, but you can see that there in the command line there is the console of the browser is the text of the file.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that is a really good example. Thank you both. I see that that you go beyond only console login, so thank you for that. Yeah, anyone else want to share? Remember, here we are for learning to learn, so please feel free to show us if you want. Any other volunteer want to try?
I can share.
Okay, let's go.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I use another way to concatenate the strings.
Awesome.
It is with here is in the import way. Okay. Okay. Here I am importing the index.js from this. It only has the const variable with my name, and it does the console log and concatenate it with the. I think it is with the ECMAScript 6. Yes, and that's it. And it is the same in the inline script, and in Node script, I only do it and it prints the same thing with console log.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I really like that everyone added the different features that we're going to see later, and that's cool. That's cool. I really like that they're just trying with this. Nice. Anyone else want to share? No. Okay. So thank you, Nelson, Guillermo, and Enio for sharing. Oh, yeah, it was Enio, right? Yeah. Sorry, sorry, I'm a little, well, I forgot the name. Sorry, if you, you okay, sorry. What was the other one? Sorry. It was
me.
Alfredo, right? Yeah, sorry. sorry. I make the promise to remember everyone's names. So sorry about that. But yeah, thank you for both of you for sharing your implementation. I really like the way that you did it. So thank you a lot for that. I was doing, let me share my screen fast. Only like a quick sample of what we can do with JavaScript also. This is the same example that we were doing. And here, if you click on the button, you're going to change the background color. This, I only want to show you a simple example. This is the code to, no, this is not the one. The code to do that here. So I added some style here. Remember the emet that I was telling you? You can also use emet here, and you can see the abbreviation here. You can click literally this, and auto completes everything. So that is something really good that you could do when working with frontend. We're going to see this because with Cypress we can start even classes, styles. So it's important to know a little bit about CSS. And for the people that don't know, this is a custom property. It's called in CSS that we are changing it from the JavaScript side. So we are getting from this list of colors, we are setting this property, and that is how the background is being changed. Yeah, yeah, a little bit of what we can do here. We can go from animations to rendering 3D objects. JavaScript is a huge world right now. Okay. Yeah, I think we are almost done with this session. Yeah, this was the last thing. So let me show you what we are going to be covering next. This is the following. We are going to continue with JavaScript, but we are going to go a little bit more about using JavaScript. So we're going to talk about a little bit of the characteristics, some variable declarations. We saw today in the examples the three ways we can do it: var, constant let. We are going to see the difference with this. Also, what is a valid identifier in JavaScript? Some naming conventions for your project. Data types. This will be a really a long. No, well, it's not so too long, but yeah, we need to discuss a little things there. And the template strings that we saw today, that was the way that we can concatenate the words on a string. Later, we are going to go with a little more deep. This is for the session 3. We're going to go with functions, classes. We would like to talk about the synchronous and asynchronous code, callbacks, promises, and async await. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun this week with JavaScript. I know probably there are a lot of things with JavaScript that could be done better, but also I think that is something good in JavaScript. And we're going to see that on Wednesday, that we are going to be talking about variable declarations. So I think we can have 10 minutes back if you want. I won't be starting this class because yeah, I would like better to have it on Wednesday. So anyone have any question? Something that you need to clarify? If not, I think we could end for today.
Fernando, on Wednesday in our country it's holiday, so we don't know if we can attend the session. Can we have a recording instead?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I was talking with Yolanda. She says that she's going to send you today an access so you can access all the recordings that we're going to be generating these sessions. So yeah, probably that day you're going to see that later.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. And someone else, something to share? No? Okay, so thank you. I think we can end for the moment. We're going to continue Wednesday with the next things. I really appreciate the participation. Don't be shy. There is a lot of things to do. We can learn working together. So yeah, let's wait for the next session and continue with JavaScript. So thank you, team, and see you on Wednesday.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Fernando.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank you.
See ya,
guys.
guys.
See you guys.
See you.